such a time as this.
And welcome back to For Such a Time As This, the place where there is no such thing as a silent witness. As a programming note, it has come to my attention that for whatever reason, YouTube is dropping our subscribers. And so people are telling me over and over and over again they have subscribed, but they are not getting the notifications. So if you could check to see if they've dropped you, or if you would please subscribe to the For Such a Time As This YouTube channel. Wow. Have we really come this far in our country where roving bands of protesters who loot, destroy, assault, they run up on a couple who's sitting down having dinner in their house, and some way the mainstream media has found cause that the couple is wrong. This video has gone viral. Here's the clip. Now, if you saw the video, it is very obvious and it is very clear that those two, how can I say this, have not spent a lot of time at the range, the way they muzzled each other. That's fine, though. The story goes that they were eating dinner, and they heard the commotion. They came out, and the man said that people threatened to kill him, his wife, and his dog, and he saw some of them armed, so he went and armed himself. And so the ladies, I use that term very loosely, the ladies at The View saw the video, and they commented. And I'm just going to read some of their comments just to show you where we are as a culture. The eminent, all-wise, all-knowing Joe Behart said this. She says, number one, if I was a protester, I would not appreciate having an AR-15 headed my way, or a woman who seems crazed with her finger on the trigger. I would not enjoy that at all. I don't think any of those protesters had weapons. They did, according to the man. She goes on, the eminent, the all-wise Joe Behart. The only other thing I wanted to say was that they claimed that they are Black Lives Matter supporters. That's what the mob said outside of the house. In that case, why not go over to these protesters and say, quote, I appreciate that you are protesting. I agree with you. Acknowledge what they're doing and basically sort of neutralize the possibility of violence. Instead, she had her finger on the trigger. This woman, even if she didn't mean to kill somebody, she could have. And so somehow this roving band of thugs, somehow Joyce said that she should have gone up, the woman in the video, she should have gone up and spoken to them nicely. While the couple did say they supported Black Lives Matter movement, they also alleged that they grabbed their firearms after seeing two armed white protesters enter the area. So the two people out, the couple, man and the wife, they had to kiss the ring and said, no, we do agree with Black Lives Matters, but we did see two men with guns. And oh, by the way, they weren't black men, they were white men who saw the guns. White men who had the guns in the group of Black Lives Matters protesters. This is amazing. Woo! Meghan McCain, the token conservative. Meghan McCain, conservative, on the panel. She found ways to criticize the couple, saying this: the two also weren't using their firearms properly. Co-host Meghan McCain, a fellow gun owner, argued. The article's up on our Facebook page. You can read it. I ain't making it up. It sounds like I am, but I'm not. Fellow gun owner says, I'm for legal gun owner, the conservative Meghan McCain. I am for legal gun ownership that's responsible. You're right. This woman had her finger on the trigger the entire time, and trigger control is a big thing, especially with pistols, Meghan McCain said. You're never supposed to put your finger on the trigger unless you're intending to shoot and aim and hit something. And she lucky I wasn't one of them two, because I would have had my finger on the pistol with the correct mindset, because I would have pulled that trigger. She goes on, Meghan McCain. The man has no muzzle control whatsoever, which means that the front part of the AR-15 he was pointing it in all directions, in all places. It's highly, highly dangerous and irresponsible. You know what else is irresponsible, Meghan McCain? Running up and down the street, destroying property and vandalizing. Look, before we go any further, let me put this. Here are the pictures to this peaceful protest. So here's the residence, private street. Access is limited to residents. And if you look in the back there, what do you see? That's the house that this couple was at. And so it's clear from that angle. It's clear from this angle. Look, I can even read it from this angle. Private street, which means it ain't public, which means your butt is not supposed to be going through that gate if you don't live there. Clear on those two angles, right? What it says. Here's the picture of the gate after the thugs go through. There you go. It's destroyed. They knocked down that iron gate and busted in a private gated community. Yet somehow, the man has no muzzle control whatsoever, which means that the front of part of his AR, he was pointing it in all directions, in all places. That's highly, highly dangerous and irresponsible. There's a clip at one point where she's moving her pistol around. She could have easily shot her husband in the head. Really? We've gotten to a point in our culture where, in order to justify Black Lives Matter protesters who break down iron gates, trespass on private property, the man said he saw two guns. The man said it threatened his wife. Well, did he do it or did he not? You don't have to debate whether or not he saw guns or whether or not they threatened him. They broke down an iron gate and trespassed on that man's property. Anything beyond that point, the mob is wrong. 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 I'm fighting back what I want to say. But doggone it, somebody should have pulled the trigger.
For such a time as this,